Hey guys, this is Kevin here, and I want to talk about a science that we learn in school, and that is relatively new, and we don't know too much about. And that kind of science is syntax. That's spelled weirdly. It's syntax, like syntax would be the way that it's mispronounced. And I know what you're asking me. You're asking me, Kevin, how does this have anything to do with the Bible? And that's what I'm going to shift over to. Think about this. They're studying the development of grammar and words and speech. And this leads them to the common notion that humans have something, X factor, that gives them ability to speak and have grammar. Unlike a cat or a dog or a parrot, which after 5 or 6 years will not speak English to you. Okay, and that's pretty much what they're studying. Why? How? For what reason? What part of your brain, etc. And I have this hope that they will find out these few obvious things. One being that the difference is a lot of things, but it is partially inspiration that is backed up by having a higher way of thinking, having a more developed brain, having all kinds of things over animals, which when it comes to Christian terms, it is backed up that in the fact that we are made in the image and likeness of God, and therefore God put us on this earth to rule, and as rulers we have to communicate. And so getting back on track with this, my challenge to the scientific community when it comes to syntax is this. I challenge you, one, to put a logical form with it. For example, in mathematics, there's a kind of mathematics that we call logic. The therefore logic, if then logic. There's a little bit of that in there, but I would like to see that well developed. 1. 2, I would like to also see them explain inspiration. Okay? A child learns some rules, and then when they're inspired to say something, they use those rules to express themselves. And then, if they can get to inspiration, I challenge them to distinguish the difference between human inspiration and divine inspiration. For example, when the wheel was made, when the light bulb was made, when the telephone was made, when the cell phone was made, there's certain kind of growth that goes on that's beyond human inspiration. It has to be divine inspiration, in my opinion, and from my experience. So, my challenge is to the scientific communities, especially the communities that believe in evolution, to disprove divine inspiration through this syntax, or to prove it to yourself that some things, some thoughts, some ideas, even some grammatic expressions were given to men by God. Anyways, that's enough. This is what I'm talking about, faith through love. And to put a cap on this to make you understand is that And the Bible says, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was in God. All right? And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Okay? And that was Jesus Christ. So I believe that by studying syntax, that they will find divine inspiration, which is considered the Word of God. The Word was God, Jesus Christ, which is the gospel. And also, by this being developed much further, I believe that they will find a way to distinguish the difference between inspiration and divine inspiration, and that will help us understand when we read the Old Testament, when we read the New Testament, or any part of the Bible, when we are reading a man's inspiration, things about a man's inspiration, and when we are reading things about divine inspiration. And I think that could be easily seen in the life of Moses. Possibly, I don't think that God wanted Moses to kill one of those people, the Israelites. But I think that was inspiration when he killed him. But when he saw the burning bush, I think that was divine inspiration. I think there's a huge difference, and I think there's a lot to learn out of that. And I challenge people that want to learn to try to study syntax, and again spelled syntax, like a syn tax, and to try to understand what good concepts are there and build upon it. There's something very valuable here, okay? Don't forget, faith works through love, and God's a good God. He loves you, and He wants to bless you. Have a great day.